Yeah, well, that's a pretty potent lineup there, and for 6 innings, you kind of kept them held down. Maybe the third time through the lineup got a little tougher, but did you feel good coming out of the gates today? It looked like your stuff was pretty on point.
Yeah, I did. It was pretty sharp early on, and then even late, I still felt like it was coming out of the hand pretty good. But when you face a lineup like that, you kind of just got to mix and match, and you almost go reversal, like you want them to hit it early in the count. So you just kind of got to go right at them, put a little bit of put a will stamp on it, and say, here you go, and see what they can do with it.
Well, what's it like in the dugout watching? I assume you were in the dugout, at least in the ninth there. What's it like seeing that moment happen when Max walks to the plate and hits that walk off?
Yeah, so I'm standing on the bench in the back behind V and across from Anderson. And so what they call time to talk to Ferg, and I think everybody in the stadium thinks you're going to sack him over, right? Because then you get the tying run on second. And I think Frank put a little bit of magic dust or something on Ferg, told him, you know what, I mean, you just hit a 3-run jack. And so first pitch, I mean, you can't really draw it up any better, but I acted like a kid. I mean, I think I gave Anderson a little right hook and a left hook right there in the kidney, and then he gave me one back, and then I sprinted to I don't really know what happened, to be honest with you, but that was insane.
We'll go to Troy and then Ben, or Ben, Derek, call you can remember. All right, we'll go to Troy next.
Well, Ryan brought this up earlier, asking Tony, but it does seem like you've pitched your best against some of the better teams on the schedule this year. I guess I don't know if surprise is the right word, but has any of this come as a surprise to you, just as how successful you've been against some of the best teams in the country this year?
Not really. So my dad didn't really play baseball. But one thing he always preached to me when I was little, and he never really tried to step on coaches' toes, but he would learn stuff, that I was told from coaches, and he would try to reiterate that. And it was always composure, composure. And so I've stuck with that from little league on up until now, playing on a pretty big stage. So I think that that helps me just kind of take the situation for what it is. And then I like to pitch in big games. This is fun. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of emotion, and it means the world to everybody involved. So I think that's part of it. And, Peyton Manning was here yesterday, so I was trying to do my little impression of being a surgeon.
Ben and then Ryan.
Well, I'm sure Max is somewhere around you listening, so I'm going to put you on the spot. Evan Russell's grand slam or Max Ferguson's 3-run home run today?
You had to. And I pitched both those games, right? So you can't ask for much more than that. I literally told Russell in the outfield, I said, man, that's right there. That's right there. I'm not taking the cop out. I'll go not because he's sitting here, but because it was a walk-off. And Russell's at the time was tough to beat, but somehow I'll go Ferg right there. That's the biggest swing I've seen being a part of this program, and that's what I came here for. We've come a long way since I stepped foot in Knoxville, and it's unbelievable to see where it's at right now, and I'm so excited for where we're headed, and we're focused on it day by day. But man, it is freaking awesome to come to the field every day and be a part of this team.
Apparently, you're the key piece to these magical moments. I did want to ask you about the grand scheme of having both of those moments in the same season, just kind of where the program was when you got here and kind of where it was now. Just how meaningful is it to you to have those two moments in one season?
Yeah, it means the world to me. And to be honest, so I saw a former teammate who was a senior my freshman year, and we were kind of talking, and it was Hunter Martin, who was the Friday pitcher that year, and he was real good, played a couple of years with the Astros. I was like, man, there's something, I love analytics, right? I'm a smart guy. I think those play a huge role, but there's some stuff like V talked about. Redmond's always in the game when we win. Somehow he finds his way in. And then that swing, Max Ferguson, there's no data point. There's no explanation for how that stuff happens. You just get a group of guys together that know how to compete and put in the time, and it, we're seeing the fruit of our labor. And I truly think the game rewards the people who work the hardest and compete the longest. And I'll stand by that.
kind of going off the same sentiment about how far this program's come, just in your first couple of years, could you ever envision an atmosphere at Lindsey Nelson Stadium like this weekend and a moment like today?
No, and I wanted it. I wanted people to be excited about baseball in Knoxville, but we had to give them a reason to. So, to say I envisioned it, yes, I did, but it took a long time. It took a lot of hard work, and it's exciting to give these fans something to be excited about, and we're right there with them. Everybody wants to win, and it's really comforting knowing that there's some energy and people care, and I'm looking forward to see that continue.
All right, we'll do one more for Will. We'll finish up with Troy.
Well, you mentioned Evans' home run, and obviously the next day didn't go so well for y'all against Vanderbilt. As one of the senior members of this team, what's the message to the group, in the clubhouse heading into tomorrow with a chance to take this series?
Yeah, I mean, everything's mutually exclusive, right? So that was a different team, a different weekend. Blade Tidwell's gotten better since then. Everybody on the field's gotten better since then. So it's another opportunity to go out there and win a series. And that's not to be cliche. That's just how you have to approach it. So I think we see a good one out of Blade tomorrow. May see another good swing from Fergie. He may get a bunt hit. You never know with that guy. He's gonna be a menace to the other team somehow. But somebody may step up and look like the hero tomorrow. But that's just the way this team goes. Is somebody's gonna get you.
Thanks, Will.
Thanks, guys.
All right, guys.